with a speech entitled, "Why Don't You Eat Something?" Please welcome Kavita Dulai.
Isn't it amazing how in Toastmasters, the cultures have fused? Just look around you, behind those screens. You will see people from all over the world. You'll see them from Nigeria, America, and Mauritius. But outside the Toastmasters world, it's not always like that, is it? Step into my world. When I was growing up, I felt I was in two worlds, one foot in the East, in India, and one foot in the West, in the UK, where I am right now. You might think it was simple, a difference between yoga and the gym, or a difference between love, brown eyes meets blue eyes. Or you might think it was a clash of cultures, love marriages versus arranged marriages. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, in my family, it was simple. The cultural clash was all about food. The question was, shall we eat spicy or shall we eat bland tonight? The problem was, I didn't like spicy food. All our food came spiced up. It had cumin, chilies, coriander. And I liked potatoes, pies, and peas. This flaw in my taste bud was the bane of my mum's life and my life. And I would ask my mum, why is all this food spiced up? She would say, "Beta, I'm trying to make this food tasty for you. All this garlic, ginger, turmeric. Besides, it's healthy." Chips were never served as chips with a sprinkle of salt. They came with chili flakes. Even the good old baked beans were smothered with garlic, ginger, and turmeric. That wonderful tomatoey taste decimated and destroyed. And even the cheese toastie, my favorite, had Bombay potatoes sneaked in between the cheese and the breads. How could they have produced a child like myself who preferred simple, plain English food over one of the finest cuisines in the world? And I complained bitterly. Not only was there so much food there, but my mum cooked and cooked and cooked. Our fridge was full of the Indian necessities. You would find dal, rice, and curry, but there was no pies, no potatoes, no peas. My mum cooked so much that the fridge was bursting with food to the point I could barely shut the fridge door. And then I would ask my mum, why have you cooked all this food? And who is this food for? And the answer was always the same. Beta, I have cooked so much food in case somebody just passes by. Besides, why don't you eat something? Growing up in the UK, it was just so confusing, the cultures. My parents didn't quite know who to invite, who not to invite. Back in India, it was a culture of invite all. So I remember when I was growing up, all those invites that went a little bit wrong. One day, my dad invited the taxman. He said, "We have got so much food on the table. Why don't you eat something?" Of course, the taxman never came, but the tax inspectorate did. To this day, I think my dad regrets that invitation. And also, at a parents' evening, My dad and my mum invited the school teacher. But this was the done thing back in India. It was the way of showing respect and appreciation for the teacher who taught their children. That year, the teacher politely declined, but I did get a grade A. Not bad for someone who's new to the UK. And then another time, I remember this so well. Two lovely ladies showed up at our door in flowery skirts and boots. And they knocked on the door and they said, "Can we tell you about our religion?" And my mum was absolutely delighted because we had passerbys, just like in India, people just popping by. And then she said, "Why don't you eat something?" That summer, they were fed and watered all summer long. There was dal, there was curry, there was chicken. And between all the mouthfuls of food, I don't think they got a word out about religion, but I do believe they gained a pound or two and they never ever came back. This journey of fusion of two cultures has been a long, long journey, but well worth the destination. So now I enjoy both Hollywood and Bollywood. And yes, you know those curried beans? They are now sold in a can. You can go and find them in the supermarket shelf. And I think that was my mum's grand plan when she came to the UK. And yes, my fridge is too full. It's bursting with food, with dal, chili and coriander and rice. And we have an important addition. We have pies, potatoes and peas. So you are most welcome to our dinner table. Why don't you eat something?